I wanted to show you how to pair leather, and I realized that's something we're not going to be able to do in the studio since we're not all there, but you did get a piece of large leather that is going to be used for the exposed long stitch. And the neat thing about this machine, it's called a Charfix, that it operates somewhat similar to a sewing machine in the respect that this lever here causes it to lift so you can get the material under there. There's actually a blade that exists along here. It's very sharp, that can be utilized in both ways, or on both sides. And then there's also like a stopping mechanism that you can determine how far in you want to cut that. And so when I'm doing the pairing of the leather, it takes a little bit of time, but you always want to cut it from the suede side. And the idea is to reduce the bulk. And you can see that it does shave it off, and we just have to run that across. And I like to do that several times. And then that shaved off a little bit of the edge, but then what I want to do is I'll crank this to the left. And now see, I can open this up to place the material inside there again and then close it down. But essentially you want to slowly lower it. And essentially you can see that it's going to get paper thin. And that's ideal so it minimizes bulk when we're actually covering books. It does take a little bit of time, but it is well worth it in the end. One thing that we also have available in the studio is what's called a leather paring knife. And the neat thing about this is that it does have a nice sharp blade. Typically I never let students or anyone else, even professionals, use my blade, because once you get it sharp, you need to make sure that it stays sharp. And so and it works in the same fashion where you are actually going to be pushing the material and working on top of a self-healing mat. This does take a little bit of extra time, but it does work in the same fashion.